What up, though, Culture Junkie Nation? It's your boy Kenshiro back with another great episode of Culture Junkies Live, episode 351. Today we have a couple of special guests in studio. We have Mark Cooper, a.k.a. It's Mark Cooper on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of it, you name it. He's here in the studio with us, and he brought along his DJ in crime, DJ Fluff 313. What's up, gentlemen?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good to see you. Good to see you. Glad you could join us today. Obviously, you can see that Mark is sitting in GQ's chair. He is not here with me today, but with me today, to the right of me, is the great Adakuji.
Hello, everybody. I'm glad that you're back again this week with us.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun-spirited discussion. So, first of all, I want to thank you, Mark, for coming in. For those of you that don't know, Mark is a nerdcore musician, rapper, and producer. And he's a – would it be mild? Put it in mildly to say you're a Power Rangers fan?
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little mildly?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, let's just say he really likes Power Rangers. In fact, someone that is a longtime member of our Culture Junkies community in the chat right now, Gokai Red, is in the chat, and he is a big Power Rangers fan as well.
Amazing.
Gokai, obviously you can tell Gokaiger, is big. And if you don't think Gokaiger is like the best Sentai show ever, I might have to question that sometimes because Gokaiger is so freaking awesome.
It really is.
Yeah, I mean, man, that one was so sweet. But anyway, I want to say hello to who's up in the chat. Mrs. Amarak is there. Amarak actually beat Imura to the punch, who is also in the chat.
I'd buy that for $1.
And we got our first bit of the day. Obviously, as you can see, for those of you that are new to the show, and Mark and DJ Fluff are new to the show, we actually have what's called an extra life meter. So the more bits we get, the more the community earns an extra 15 minutes of the show. Typically, we go for an hour, but if they reach the bit goal of 1,000 bits, they'll earn an extra 15 minutes. So,
Oh, that's what's up.
yeah.
Oh,
so
that's neat.
it's kind of So it's kind of giving back to the community, and giving back to the community seems kind of weird to say. They're giving us bits, so we're giving them more of our time, but that's literally what it is. That's kind of what it is. But anyway, we also always do a bit on the show to kind of break the ice, allow some more people to come into the chat. It's called Run the Gamut, where we talk about the latest news topics and discussions that are going on right now. So obviously, first and foremost, probably the biggest news was last night. The Golden Globes were on, and winning the award for Best Actress in a was it a film?
Is it musical or comedy you're talking about?
No. I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about
Film.
Talking about film. Okay, film.
I don't know what
The
that
Best
is.
Actress in
Drama?
a film was won by Angela Bassett
I thought
for
it was
her role
supporting.
as Queen. Was it supporting? That's
I
what
thought
I
it
was
was supporting.
asking you.
I thought you said the category, not because you know how they have category for
Yes.
drama, category
Yeah.
for... That's what I thought
Yeah.
you were talking about.
No. I thought, okay, yeah, that kind of was what I was talking about.
Best
Was it for
supporting.
supporting? Okay, so Best Supporting Actress in a drama or a film. Angela Bassett won for her role as Queen Ramonda in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
Much well
Her
deserved.
ass off.
And most people say that the Golden Globes are a precursor for the Oscars. What do you guys think of? Well, for one, what do you think of her winning the award? Two, do you think she's going to win an Oscar? Mark, let's start with you. What do you think?
Well, to be honest with you, she did a phenomenal job in that movie.
Yeah.
And there's no, especially with the scene where she's literally explaining about how she lost all her family and
Oh,
throughout everything. That was
man.
probably that was Oscar worthy in
man,
itself.
like dog, that was like such a good.
Chills.
Thank you.
Ugh.
Thank you. Gave me chills when I was hearing her do that. Even when they played it in the trailer, I was like, okay. But when you see it, especially when she went at Okoye,
Yep.
for you backed Killmonger over my son, like you thought I was gonna forget about that?
Exactly.
Like dog, that man. Oh, so well deserved. So I'm super excited for her, but I'm also excited for Michelle Yeoh, who won for Best Actress in a comedy. I think it was right,
It's a musical or comedy.
musical or comedy for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Did either of you see that film?
I have.
Yeah?
Yes.
That's a good film.
Yeah.
It is. It's
Yeah.
very good.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I do this to her all the time, and I swore to her, new year, new me, I was going to be better. The Double Girl is over there in the controls. I am sorry. She doesn't have a mic today, but she will definitely be heard, seen and heard. So obviously, you being the Asian in the room,
Yeah.
I'm
Michelle.
biased. I love it.
That's okay. That's okay being biased in this regard because it is a great film. It was really a great film. Do you think, and not only her winning, Ke Huy Quan won as well.
He won too. Yeah.
Do we think that this is going to carry over to the Oscars?
I hope so.
I think I'm guaranteed. Yeah.
So, do you guys think that there's anything to be said that the Golden Globes, it took the Hollywood outcry of many black people for them to finally award minorities and people of color into a lot of these major awards? Like, was this the token Globe Awards or was this the real Globe Award?
No, it
Like,
is.
no, for real. Like,
that would have been a few years ago when I think. Oh no, not a few years ago. That was a long time ago. But like when it was Denzel won for Training Day, and then Halle Berry won for Monsters Ball. I think it was the exact same year.
And I always hated
token one. Like we're
but I always hated it that they would win the awards for when they show us at our worst. You know what I mean? Like Halle Berry was kind of almost like a strung out crackhead, practically in Monsters
in
Ball.
That movie?
Yeah, in Monsters Ball.
I just saw
and then Denzel finally wins. Not for glory, not for Malcolm X, but for when he's a bad, a corrupt cop.
Yeah,
like, come on, man.
But you got to think, Angela, not spoiler alert, but she died in that movie.
Yeah.
So not only is this token, but it's also.
No, but she acted her ass off.
She did.
Like,
She did.
That's why I would say the token one would be the one because you just explained it.
Yeah.
Is that her first death scene in a movie? I think so.
Not 100% sure.
I have to think about that.
Because most of her movies,
I think real
up until then, was kind of like dramas. I don't think she was really in too many action.
That's a good question.
I think if she did.
Yes, she did. She died in
what?
She was in Top Gun, wasn't she? And then it was like she did end up dying on the plane on one of them. I think that was Top Gun.
I don't think she was
Maverick.
in Top Gun.
No, not Maverick. It's a Colin Farrell movie. It's like London Has Fallen or one of those movies. Yeah, sorry.
I didn't watch those Fallen movies.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm sorry.
It was good.
I'm sorry.
I
don't know.
Watch now.
I don't know what to say.
They have been in the list to watch. There's so much I want
There's
to watch.
There's so much.
Just hope I don't fall asleep.
There 100% is so much. I want to say what's up to Gokai Red. And he says, yes, she did die in that. Birdie Kawhi is here. Razor Black 23 is here. Marcus A64 is here. What's up to everybody?
Roverback.
Roverback is here. Awesome. Just want to say what's up to everybody. And
Other
the other Steve is here.
Steve.
Is here. So moving on to the other big thing. So the other big thing that kind of came out this week, we all suffered through what was literally a murder on live TV and suffered just so we could watch the Sandman trailer. Because, like, literally, Georgia was killing TCU.
Oh.
Georgia was killing TCU.
I wait till it comes out on YouTube.
Yeah, I do too. So I didn't have to suffer through that. But, dog, Georgia beat the dog shit out of TCU.
You think that would have happened to Michigan had they got
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not saying Michigan wouldn't have gotten beaten, but I'm not sure they would have got dog walked. Not like that. I'm not sure.
Wasn't that like 65-7?
65-7. They lost that. Dog, that shit was over by the first quarter. Georgia was literally running up the score. Anyway, the Ant-Man trailer didn't play till the third quarter, but we finally got our first look at MODOK. Got a better look at some of the motivations of Scott Lang, and really just got more footage in the quantum realm. Dido, you said you think you're excited.
Yeah,
why is you just say?
Because
I
always say I think I'm excited about almost all movies nowadays. You know why?
Oh.
And if you want me to reiterate it, it's
Please.
2 words. Resident Evil.
He's a Resident Evil fan.
No, this man.
I was a Resident Evil fan.
Yes.
And when Resident Evil 2 came out, I saw that trailer like, oh, they're finally going to do the game. Because the trailer kind of made it look like you got Jill Valentine.
Yeah.
There, and I'm like, I had a dream about this freaking movie. I don't dream about movies. Sat in that theater like, I'm never getting excited about a movie ever again. This is not happening.
Wait a minute. I think I've asked you this before, but did this happen on Endgame? You never got excited for Endgame or Infinity War either?
Endgame, I kept it internal. When I saw Infinity War,
all right.
I was just like, that was friggin' amazing because it was just like, when you at the end where everybody's just quiet,
Mhm.
like just sitting there. Like I just remember my parents telling me when they went to go see Alien in the theater and nobody got up and it was just quiet because they were scared. It's not the scared part. It's the they had never seen nothing like that back in the 70s.
Right.
So it's just like, but it's like you're sitting there and just like, what did I just watch? So when Endgame came out, yeah, I was excited to see
All right.
because I think I knew what I was gonna get. Unlike some people out there that, for whatever strange reason,
Mhm.
didn't like Endgame, and I don't
Yeah,
know.
it is
We're
what
not
it
talking
is.
about
But
that.
but the Ant-Man trailer came out, and I think a lot of people are excited because one, Jonathan Majors, we already knew he looked great as Kang, but he looked even more menacing, I think, in this trailer. You know, pretty much just laying down a law. It looks like it's going to come down to being him or Ant-Man. One of them may die, one of them may not die.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I just got
But-
one question
Yeah, go ahead.
about MODOK because I saw a picture of him with a robotic face. Then I don't know if it was a doctored face or it was actually in a trailer.
You know what? Honestly, I don't know.
My man, Yellow Jacket, that's supposed to be. They put the actor.
Is that supposed to be him?
Somebody stopped the what you call it was a picture.
I don't
and
know.
it was his face, the
I
guy
don't
that played
know.
Yellow Jacket,
I don't
as
know.
MODOK.
I
And
don't
I'm
know.
like,
We'll
unless
see.
somebody doctored that up, because I saw
Yeah.
another one, it was a robotic.
Because
face.
Darren Cross is not MODOK in.
He should
any
not
of the,
ever be
yeah,
MODOK.
Yeah, Darren Cross is not MODOK. So, yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. But in any case, Shinakuma76 is in the chat. Obviously, for those of you that do not know, Shinakuma76 is GQ. So he is checking in from his sabbatical on I hope he is enjoying his trip. His trip is halfway over. He may or may not be regretting that it's almost halfway over. Probably not, because he never regrets anything. But glad to see that he's he's part of the chat. What did you guys think of the trailer? Are you excited to see it? Can you believe it was only 1 month until this movie comes out?
Yep. 1 month the next Tuesday.
That's the crazy thing about like when it comes to Marvel films, like
Yeah.
especially if you're a person that's seen the comic books and things like that, you're really curious about, like just how technology is advanced and all that. And this is like one of those kind of times where we'll be able to see what we read in comic books come
Yeah.
together from a concept situation. Because you already know if they went directly from the comic book, they would have the older writers have.
Mhm.
And Marvel and Disney are just not going to do that.
No.
So they'll just buy the particular licenses or the practice to be able to, the actual mechanical rights to be able to use the
Right.
character on whatever scale they need to.
Right. Fluff,
It's
what do you think?
It's always good to see another sci-fi movie.
Okay.
because I'm
Just
a graphic head,
just a sci-fi movie and just in general?
just in general.
Just in general.
But then
okay.
I seen some of the CGI, some of
Yeah.
the graphics and different things.
Yeah.
Like that excites me all the time
Okay.
because I do graphics,
Okay.
and it's like, yo, that's kind of deep because it's almost like soon as they go to the quantum realm,
Yeah.
everything is CGI.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, this look crazy.
And it looks
Yeah.
good too.
Yeah,
No,
I'm always
no.
like, bring me to another place.
No, it 100% does. No, 100%.
Yeah.
All right, so let's run the gamut. I think we had enough time to break the ice, let some people kind of gather and get in. So let's introduce ourselves, or let's let Mark Cooper introduce himself to our community. I met Mark at a influencer event held here in our hometown, Detroit, at Replay Cafe. And we kind of got to chopping up, and I invited him to be on the show. He had a lot of interesting stuff to bring to the community. Obviously, this isn't our first exposure to nerdcore. We've had an artist by the name of GamerGad on it once upon a time back a few years ago, but we haven't had one on since. So you're the first. But if you wouldn't mind, Mark, introduce yourself to our community. Tell them who you are and what you're kind of into.
Sure, no problem. My name is Mark Cooper. I also go by Player One as well. You can see on the shirt if you can see it. If not, it's okay. Controller, Player One, you get it.
Mm-hmm.
I produce and make music in a genre it's called nerdcore, which is a niche genre that focuses on the geek culture that we know from anime, video games, cartoons, science fiction, and pop culture.
Mm-hmm.
And my genuine focus is nostalgia. So I like to make music about, things I enjoyed in life, from Power Rangers to Ninja Turtles to Dragon Ball Z to, all that kind of stuff. So it's like I am a time capsule in a musician. I would be your time capsule as an artist is the best way I can explain that.
Damn, it almost sounds like us, huh? Kind of almost sounds like us in a way, except we don't do the music part.
I don't ever want it to die.
Yeah.
Ever.
No, right. No,
I see in the chat somebody reference MC Chris. MC Chris is the homie. That's great.
Yeah.
Like I know all those guys from Large to Frontalot to Megaran. Yeah, all over.
Okay, I bet. So you alluded to that you're kind of an artist, fixated on nostalgia. I always like to ask this question, like, of people that I just meet and kind of get to know. What era did you formally grow up in? Like,
80s kid, 87.
Oh, my man. Yeah, okay. All right, my man. 80s kid. All right. I'm probably a little bit older than you, but the 80s, you're probably, we always say the 80s is the greatest generation of pop. Is the greatest decade of pop culture.
Technically, you're an 80s kid, even though you weren't.
I was born in the 70s, but
you weren't.
But
you didn't come to fruition
until the 80s. That's right. I grew up in the 80s, so I always claim the 80s is my decade.
Yeah,
it is without question the greatest decade of pop culture. Period.
Exactly.
Period. So
it's a little bit of a combination of the 80s and the 90s.
No, it's still the 80s because there's
the 80s were great. I'm not taking anything
right.
away, but everything that the 80s gave us, the 90s blew it up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They did.
That's debatable, but okay. All right, that's debatable.
I mean, look at it like this. You had Terminator. Terminator 2 came out in 92.
Okay.
Yep.
Favorite
movie. Back to the Future.
So, yeah.
Yeah. But the 80s had a lot of great stuff in that. So from Tron to The Running Man to Tango and Cash to the whole Rocky series.
My man is running them down. Yeah. Yes. He is running them down.
Was great too.
Yeah. No, but what would you say has been, I know the 80s in general, has been a great influence on you, but what kind of like really turned you into a fan of nerddom, nerd culture? Was it the cartoons? Was it the video games? What is it?
Well, to be honest, it would be easier just to say it's a melting pot for it.
Sure.
But to be honest, it was the music.
It was the music. The music of the 80s or 8-bit music?
No, you mean as in games or it just
just in general?
Like I love the 80s scores of stuff, like the whole synth and the heavy emotion that they put in records, like from Terminator to RoboCop to the Karate Kid to all those. I mean, like from the A-Team to I really enjoy that kind of nostalgia in music, and then it just kind of merged right into the 90s. The 90s, with us as kids, it was like if that intro wasn't it. We weren't watching it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, 100%. You're right. Because like Knight Rider will hook you.
Yep.
Airwolf will hook you.
Yep.
I'm trying to think what else would hook you. Magnum PI will hook you.
Shockingly enough, MASH will hook you too.
Yeah.
True. Very true. Even though I would never watch that show, but the song, song will pull you in.
That was the thing, as when we were kids, that we knew it was time to go to bed because that song came out.
That song still makes me sleepy to this day.
Right. No, I hear you. No, that's 100% right. So obviously one of the greatest songs of the 80s, synth pop, Harold Faltermeyer's Axel F from Beverly Hills Cop. To me is one of the best ones because it's just like you hear it and you just easily you know exactly what it's synonymous with.
Oh yeah.
It's just great. But you say that's what made you want to be a musician? Is that what made you want to be a musician? Or
well, I was always inspired by that particular one because the thing is with my music, I just wanted to make it something you could feel. You feel what I mean?
Right.
And a lot of those trigger, especially when I do scores and things like that for like for different fandoms and stuff like that, I always want to capture the feel of what I'm watching.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I like the kind of music that can be able to trigger emotion and be able to make somebody feel something. Like if it's a sad song, I would like somebody to feel sad. If I'm making something hyper or anything like that, I want people to be excited about it. And like certain things like that with those inspirations, like from Michael Jackson to, believe it or not, Weird Al Yankovic earlier in the 90s to, man, there's a lot of different inspirations that came with that. And I was always inspired by the cartoon intros. You know what I mean? Like all this, you learn about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one or the Power Rangers, and you grasp on and connect with that show just because of that. Like one of the shows that's like a sleeper that people know about, but they don't really know how much energy it gave is is King Arthur and the Knights of Justice.
Oh, dude, that show
Mm-hmm.
used to
Hey.
every Sunday I will be watching.
Yeah, exactly,
That
at
show,
11:30. Yeah.
Loving
Hey,
weapons
Wolf
so
said
much.
Golden Girls. That's.
I love
Golden
Girls.
Girls.
Oh, thank you for being a friend.
Yeah.
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 But King
Yeah.
Arthur, man, that
Shout out
theme
Blanche.
song.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
Minority Games, thank you for the resub. Appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate that, sir.
Yeah.
But no, go ahead. Go ahead. So if you had, what songs would you say touched you the most? I say that wrong. That may come out wrong, but y'all know exactly what I mean by that. That's y'all know exactly what I mean by that.
Touch
You know,
me
get
in
your
my
get
no-no
get your filthy minds out the gutter. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
That's tough. Are you talking about movies or television shows?
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Oh Jesus, bro. That's.
I could tell you mine.
Oh, go ahead, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
Terminator theme song.
See, that was
I
on
like
my.
that. I like
Which
that.
one? One or two?
Both.
So
When that
one is really heavily synth, right?
Yes. Yes.
The second one I feel like is better,
Exactly.
much better.
I want to see you say it.
So it's more the heavy drum line that
Yep.
really gets it, right?
Yeah, it's the heavy tones.
Yup.
And the crescendo that it goes through, right?
Yep.
As it's building, it's just like, yeah, I'm in it, right? Whereas the first one kind of almost soft, but not really, doesn't really carry that same, really. So, but what would you say? I'm not even trying to say it has to be just one. I mean, it has to be the one. But give me an example, like
Ooh.
one that touched you, that really, like, really.
Oh man.
You know what I meant, man. Stop. Damn.
I'm trying to think. I mean, yeah. Somebody said, "Yep." Jason the Wheel
Jason the
Warriors.
Wheel Warriors was
Mummies
fire.
Alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of that stuff.
Okay.
Like, oh man. It got me the most intro wise.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna go something with Nickelodeon.
Nope. It
What?
wasn't. Those had a lot of great songs and
Yeah.
stuff, but it wasn't Nickelodeon. That hit the hardest in feels.
Yeah.
I'll go with one in the 80s. I'll go
Okay.
with one in the 90s.
All right, bet.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it had to be the 80s, it would be Eye of the Tiger, Rocky 3.
Oh
All
yeah.
right.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
And I mean the tie would be No Easy Way Out or in a Burning Heart. Like all that
That's
whole
my shit.
Rocky 4 is
was
the
shit.
greatest.
Yes.
Yes.
Rocky 4 was the shit. I love that.
Was the greatest.
Yes.
And then of course, I mean 97. I mean the stuff that triggered me to feel the most is just it's hard to name one, but it would be that entire Dragon Ball Z official
Rock the
soundtrack.
Dragon?
No, not
No?
Rock. Well, Rock the Dragon's part of it.
Right.
But everything that was part of Bruce Falconer's
The
production.
Falconer one. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Rock
you
the
also feel
Dragon.
like it kind of lost something when Funimation got it and kind of redid the whole deal. Would you say?
No,
No?
I feel.
No, I'm sorry.
uh,
Falconer was Funimation. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And along with the musicians that was part of it, SSJ from Scott
Okay.
Morgan, Mike Smith, and Julius DeBose,
Okay.
which are
So in your career, you've gotten to travel, perform at numerous places. You've gotten to meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
And experience a lot of things. Like share some of that with the rest of the class. If you wouldn't mind.
Man, what's crazy about it is that since I was able to do different things like YumaCon and MagFest, MagWest, BlurCon, and all those different ones, I've met from the composers, the official composer to Dragon Ball Z, to most of the cast, to just this past weekend being able to meet the Angry Video Game Nerd and the Death Battle
nice.
team from YouTube.
Nice.
I was able to, like when we were on tour in 2019, I was able to perform with the person who made the theme for Fairy Tail and the person who made Samurai Champloo, the Shingo 2 as well. I mean, there's a long list of individuals able to meet. So I was able to meet my heroes and Power Rangers
Right.
and, have conversations with the people who made the music. It's just, it's crazy once, you sit down and you think about, all the heroes that you meet. You always hear people that say, never meet your heroes because.
Oh yeah, they'll let you down.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But I'm shocked, but I've been pretty lucky and pretty blessed about the individuals I've been wanting to meet and look up to and things like that. And it's just brought nothing but blessings and inspiration because I know it's in the right place.
So who would you say was your biggest meet? Like, who was the one that
Jason David Frank.
Okay. The rest in power to Jason David Frank. I mean, yeah. Yeah, he was right off rip with that one. Like right off rip.
Yeah.
When did you first get to meet him?
Well, I first met him in 2015. My best friend Blizz. We went to Motor City Comic-Con, and it was a very interesting story. We made a little CD or whatever, just like with beats and stuff, and that's like ages for where we are now. But I remember that it was a meetup in the room, and it was $75, and we both didn't have it. We thought it was just $75 for the both of us,
right?
And he was like, "Hey, I know you want to meet him more than I did," so he gave me his $75 to go and meet him. And it was nuts to be able to be in the room with him. It was crazy because we had the same baseball cap on. The picture was amazing. It was like one of the coolest things ever. And then later, a couple years back, we got to meet him again, and I was able to make the left-handed power glove that was, had his power morpher on it and all that stuff. And he put the glove on and started going on TikTok and stuff like that. And I was trying not to offend. I was trying to, try to be cool.
No one could blame you if you did. No one could blame you.
But
at all.
But the crazy thing about it, about the whole thing, is that there is a video that I was able to. A friend of mine, shout out to Daniel Coney, one of the Coney brothers, that did all the art for a ridiculous amount of Rangers and things like that, talented people. And in the video, it said, he said, when you hear this sound, that means you're supposed to be here. And
that's dope.
And that resonated more than anything. Like everybody else would be like, "Well, I appreciate you," and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Just like anybody would say, "Hey, I appreciate you're a fan. Let me sign this for you."
Right.
And what was great is, he's already heard the song I made for him and things like that. Even used it in TikTok before, which I was finding out later. But like, just the whole thing of saying, you're supposed to be here means more than just saying, "Hey, thanks for being a fan," or whatever. That meant like that was purposely for me to hear.
Oh yeah.
And that means volumes for it. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I totally get that.
Yeah, because everybody has their A-list celebrity. That was mine. I wanted to be like that person. He was the one that you wanted to meet. I wanted to be like that person since I was 6. It was just crazy to be able to be in that space that time.
Right. No, it's pretty special.
Yeah.
So, transitioning to that, you're a super Power Rangers fan, and you'd say it's mostly because of JDF, or would you just say it's just Power Rangers in general? You love the concept behind Sentai shows in general.
Well, the thing is, I've always liked the element of it. He was a big inspiration when it came to that for the things that I grew up with for it. But I really I liked what it stood for. As Get over here! You know what I mean? It's
Thanks for the follow. Appreciate that.
But it's something, it's something that show had something to stand for. And not saying like a goody two shoes type of situation. It was like one of those things, as in, if you work hard enough, you'll get to where you need to get to.
Right.
And a lot of things that people don't realize in the show is not just the fighting the monsters and calling it a day.
Right.
Notice that the monsters and everything don't really target anybody else. They just target those individuals. And you kind of look at it as a metaphor on life, as in, there are things out there that try to steer you away from your main goals, your main dreams, your main focus. And by being able to work hard and fight those things and fight those terrible type of urges and things that you have and be able to stay positive and stay on course is a great foundation to even start off with in the first place.
Right.
And what I used to love too is when they used to do the PSAs, because remember before Power Rangers was about to be banned in schools because of the fact that people,
appreciate that.
Because of the fact that people would actually be imitating what's on television and not understanding the concept of it. So having a PSA just saying like, look, you only fight for self-defense. You only do this for this, that, and that.
Right.
which made it more inspirational, as in like, look, I'm not just watching a television show and I'm not gaining anything from it. I really am. And then you start to connect and resonate with certain characters and people.
Right.
You know what I mean? And personally, JDF was a phenomenal role model as a person off the screen, which is inspiration to me, as in like when he was in 2020, when he was at the comic book shop,
Yeah.
he was there for 13 hours straight because the line was that long. And then normally everybody else would be like, oh my God.
Shut it down. I got to get out of here.
Right.
Yeah.
So
He
he
stayed
what?
he stayed until everybody was met.
Yo.
See, that's dope.
And that is the kind
That is
of
so
model I would like to have if I ever get to that particular position. I'm just blessed that you waited in line for me. And I'm going to give you that same energy that you would have for that. That's just
Right.
an ideal place to be as a person.
Right. So you being a fan, and inspired by the Power Rangers, and you feel and you get everything about the Power Rangers. You had mentioned to me that you have your own suit and you have your own helmet and you're getting all that together. What's that all about? I mean, some people do that just for cosplay and to, to go to conventions and dress up. You're going beyond that, right?
Yeah, man. There's a series that's coming out, a fan series called Beast Hunters, and I will be the Green Elephant Ranger.
Green Elephant Ranger.
Look, I told you
Okay.
green was the best color.
Shut up, man. Don't worry.
People used to.
That would be sweet if they
Green
gave
is
him
the
Pan-African
best color.
colors. The green, the red, the black.
Yeah.
That actually would be pretty
'Cause
cool.
look, it said, would you say the name again?
What? The Green Elephant Ranger?
See? You know what I'm saying? Elephant. Boom. Africa. Pan-African. Look.
It's a little late because he already said he's the Green Elephant Ranger, so it's all green. It's pretty much all green.
I
There's
never
no way to work
forget.
the Kente cloth into it, but that would be pretty nice. That would be pretty neat.
That'd be very
neat.
funny.
Right.
They'd be like, DJ Fluff, play the
Right.
Pan-African Ranger.
Right. So, obviously, Fluff, you go on these shows with him, or do you go touring with him when
Yeah,
you do these things? Okay.
I DJ for him and Blizz.
Okay. So, when you're on stage, you're always wearing this thing that you brought with you.
Yes, and what's the funniest thing? I be telling Mark, like, look, man, with that big old thing in my head, it's like, dude, it takes too much attention.
So nobody can see that, right? You gonna have to show this on camera.
Oh, look,
Like
I'ma
you gonna have
take
to show
my
this on
headphones
camera. Yeah,
off.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
go right ahead.
Yeah, you want to show this on camera. Like so when Fluff is on TV, obviously he doing these.
Yep.
Tell me he don't look like what's his name from Foolie Cooley. Tell me he don't look like what's his name from now it would be dope if that thing actually powered up and worked, kind of like a Daft Punk type deal.
It works a little bit.
It works a little bit.
Yep.
Does it work now? Or you gotta plug it up with something else?
I gotta put the thing.
Oh, okay. No, but that's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Is it hard to breathe?
So also I DJ electronic music, right?
Right.
So as I DJ electronic music, sometimes if it's not enough air flowing and I'm not high enough on stage, it can get a little hectic.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because that looks like it could be a death trap. If
No,
I'm being honest.
What's the weirdest thing?
Yeah.
As soon as I put it back on, as soon as I put it on,
Yeah.
I'm comfortable. Each and every time. It's the weirdest thing ever.
That is the weirdest thing ever. Because I look like I would be like claustrophobic. Get this thing off of me. I can't breathe. I can't talk. Yeah. No. Birdie Kawhi says DJ Fluff. Hey. So your
Zio was trash.
yeah. Zio was trash. Look, man, I kind of have
I
have
was
an affinity
excited
for
about Zio.
I have an affinity for Zio / O Ranger. That was actually one of my favorites.
I'm back.
I just had to say
I like
used
the
to
whole
love-
shapes thing. I thought that was pretty neat.
I used to love Power Rangers, but then Turbo kind of like hurt me. and I
Turbo
didn't-
was pretty much where I checked out.
Yeah, that's
Turbo is where I
as
checked out.
Fallen
Not
Marvel
the
was saying
front.
a lot of people checked out.
Turbo is
then.
where I checked out.
But
yeah.
like it's streaming somewhere. I may pick up a series because, like you guys said, the guy
Go Kiger.
Go Kiger is like the best one.
Oh, thank you for the
beginning to
sub,
believe.
Free. The resub. What's up?
Resub. I've been seeing a lot of people dressed up as those, and I would give that series a check. But the Japanese one or the American one, which one do I watch, or do I watch both of them? Does it matter?
If it was me,
I'd buy that for $1.
I'd go ahead and
That was good timing.
yeah, I would
Right there.
literally go ahead and watch the Japanese one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna say the American. version.
No.
For Go Kiger.
For Go Kiger, you watched the Japanese one. Yeah, no. Go Kiger was Gokaiger was awesome. Now, I would watch the American one for when they actually had Tommy on the show.
Yeah.
When he came back as Green Ranger, I would watch that. That I will watch. But if you're gonna watch Gokaiger in general, watch the Japanese one. Watch the Japanese one. Promise you, you won't be disappointed.
Not at all.
Yeah, you won't be disappointed at all. That was actually the first. That was actually no. Kaku Ranger was the first one that I watched. The first Japanese Sentai show that I watched. Then O Ranger had my attention because that was Zeo.
Right.
But Gokaiger was the first one that just got me like, oh, dude, I gotta watch all of this. Like, this was just incredible. But anyway, I digress. This isn't about me. This is about you guys. You're a DJ. You DJ for him and for what's his name? Sorry,
Bliss.
For Bliss.
Yep.
Okay. Your sets normally range for like half an hour, or so on and so forth. What's the furthest places you guys have gone to? Like, you've gone to you just went to
I'd buy
MagFest, which
that
is in
for
Baltimore,
$1.
right?
Yeah.
Where's the furthest this has taken you? Would you say? Have you had a chance to go overseas?
Well, well, for me and Blizz, we also used to do producer battles.
Yeah.
So we would go and compete against other producers in different states and stuff.
Okay.
The furthest I would say country-wise, we went to Toronto and battled.
I mean, it's still out of the country. I mean, so
Right.
It counts.
Which
Yeah,
is
it counts.
cool, but
Yeah.
as a team,
Yeah.
we've been to New York City Times Square.
Mhm.
Yep.
It performed there. That was cool,
That's
and
pretty
that's
dope.
when we did a little bit of a tour there. But by myself, usually I probably would say I've been from LA to Bay Area to Vegas. Like I've been
I'd buy
a
that
lot of
for
places
$1.
when it comes to like
That-
touring and stuff. Like recently from the past tour I was on with Shubzilla, Bill Beats, and Prowse the Testament. We were on tour this past summer, and we did the whole East Coast. And then in August we went over on the West Coast a little bit.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's pretty dope. So most of your inspiration in music that you infuse, if you guys haven't been on his TikTok or anything yet, you guys should go on there because he actually did a couple of Soundwave ones that he did
Hey.
that were pretty sweet. You take
I'd buy
most of your
that for
inspiration from
$1.
from all your nostalgia. I've seen you do Transformer stuff, at least most recently on your TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
But when you do original stuff, like you did a song, I think you did a tribute to JDF, I think,
Yep.
as one.
Mm-hmm.
But most of when you have your discography, when you're making your lyrics and things like that, what do you usually base that around?
Well, to be honest, sometimes I like to base it around the subject matter, but not necessarily like a book report, if that makes sense.
Right.
Like I'm not just gonna be like, yo, this is it. This is the character, unless it asks for that. Like on the Ranger Raps thing, when I'm talking about Yellow Ranger, Black Ranger, stuff like that. Of course, it's gonna have that subject matter for it, but I try to make it reference enough to where people can relate to it in real life.
Right.
So I don't make it as in like, hey, I'm hearing a song about a character I already know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just the concept of being able to be like, I know what he's talking about. And it doesn't have to necessarily be like, hey, it's the same topics that we normally hear on the music for where it is, which is fine. But a lot of people were like, hey, he's rapping about the things I used to enjoy when I was a kid.
Right.
It's a way of saying, like, there's people my age or older be like, I know He-Man, and that was one of my favorite things when I grew up. And then somebody could be like, yo, I know Demon Slayer, and that's something I'm watching right now.
Right.
So being able to bridge the gap between, the 18 and 65 demographic, there'll be always a person that will know exactly what I'm talking about, no matter
Right.
what age of life that you're in.
100%. So when you're crafting your film, or you're crafting your music, and this one's for you too, Fluff.
Mhm.
Is everything digital? Do you use like classic instruments, or is it all synth?
I mix them.
I'd
I was
buy
about to say
that
the
for
same thing.
$1.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely mix them. I am very synth heavy when it comes to stuff because I always like that
Right.
crunchy 80s feel with that.
Right.
But I also do outsource to other individuals that are playing live instruments and things like that also
Okay.
to fit the niche and the need. Just
Okay.
because when you score films, you have to think about it from every authenticity as you can.
Okay.
And that's kind of the game I go with.
Okay. Do either of you play?
Yes.
Okay. What do you play?
I play keys
Okay.
and I have a guitar as well.
Right. Okay. Is that what you normally perform with? Is your guitar? When you're on stage?
That's actually new, and I'll be
that's new.
performing that
Okay.
really soon. So yeah.
All right, no, that's pretty sweet. Like guitar just reminds me of. No, go ahead, Adobe Girl. You just said what?
Where are you performing next?
Well, the next one I'll be on Glow Taku. That should be March 4th, and that'll be at the High Dive. There should be some promotion for that coming pretty soon, and then other than that, I'll probably have some
High
more dates.
Dive,
soon.
the anime
venue.
streaming company,
I
or it's a
believe
venue.
It's a venue in Hamtramck, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. I will be there.
All right. Okay. Guitar just reminds me of, he riffed on me about this last week. Just reminds me of Jim and the Holograms, just 80s.
It's truly
just
outrageous, man.
Yeah, 100%. Like, so, okay. It's almost time to turn it to the power is yours, but I've obviously been dominating this conversation. Dido and Adobe Girl, if you guys want to chime in and talk about a few things, please feel free. If there's anything that I missed, go ahead and chime in here. Bring it to the forefront. And obviously, in the power is yours, we always turn it over to the chat and we talk about whatever they want to talk about.
Captain
they
Planet,
can-
let's go.
Yeah. So, right. So anyway, we can even go in the chat. Takeem says, he's talking to Gokai Red.
They had a combo about the
Kamen Rider.
and
Were you into Kamen Rider at all? Was it? I mean, because me, like, if you based it on the Sabans, Masked Rider, I never like.
I'm not,
I remember
bro.
they hyped up Kamen Rider so bad before Masked Rider came out, and I was just
buy
like,
that
nothing,
for a dollar.
nothing's
No.
funnier than that intro of Masked Rider
Yes.
when it shows
Oh
him
my God,
when
that
it
was
shows
so bad.
when it shows him biting a juice box. And then it just shows Furbus dancing around for like 3 minutes. And then that's something that'll never stop playing in your head. It'd be like, Masked Rider.
Oh no,
Masked Rider.
Oh, it was so bad. It was so.
Remember the crossover in space?
Yeah.
When he just, with Dex just randomly was just there? Like, what is going on?
Right.
Like,
I just remember watching Masked Rider one time, and the American fight scene was in like the carnival setting, whatever.
Right.
And the bad guy came out and did something, and the guy ran and jumped behind.
I'd buy that
Turned
for
Japanese.
a dollar.
Turned Japanese, ran and jumped behind a.
I'd buy that for a dollar.
Keep buying that for a dollar. Quick, interrupt my story.
No, please keep going. Please keep going.
Do it again.
Yeah, do it again. Hype train again. You get the hype train
Anyway,
started.
keep buying that for a dollar. Anyway, my man turned Japanese. You clearly saw him jump behind a bench and then pop back up American. And I'm like, Doug, that was like the worst editing I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, how did they leave that in there?
Right.
That's probably why that didn't do so well. I
Right.
just saw
Oh,
a
my
TikTok
goodness.
recently about Big Bad Beetleborgs.
Oh, what I just said yesterday.
And
I did not like
it was, I didn't really
Nobody
watch much.
did.
I didn't watch much of it.
Nobody
But they
did.
said-
Like, come on.
They said at the time it was doing better than Power Rangers. At the time, according to the TikTok. Don't talk to me. I didn't say it.
but you know why, right?
Because
Do you know why, right?
Because they said whatever Power Rangers was on at the time was not doing that well.
Nope, that
What was
wasn't it.
What was it?
yeah.
Because that was around the time about Turbo, right?
Yeah.
So
I'd
here's
buy
the
that
thing.
for a dollar.
Shout outs to Blake Foster.
so,
like
so,
he's
so GQ is
Yeah, man.
literally just pushing this to the brink.
I'd buy that for a
He
dollar.
literally is pushing this to the brink. Like, we're about to
I'd
go
buy
over
that
and get
for
the
a
one up
dollar.
like within minutes. I bet you. You're gonna hear the one up sound when it triggers.
oh my
Oh.
goodness.
There. I think there it is. There,
What?
It just went over. The extra life. Yeah, it just went over, but it didn't trigger it will trigger the sound. I think the next bit donation that it goes.
That is cool.
Yeah.
You got the extra life.
Yeah, we already got the extra life. So
But back about the Beetleborgs beef.
mm.
Beetleborgs beef. Yeah, so
Nah.
tell me about it. 'Cause
I'd
like I
buy
said,
that for a dollar.
all right, thanks, Marcus.
Right.
Ooh.
I wasn't the biggest fan of Big Bad Beetleborgs or VR Troopers, even though I
I'd
like the
buy
song
that
of VR
for a
Troopers.
dollar.
That song
Did-
gets stuck
did-
in my head a
Did
lot.
you see there was a pilot for VR Troopers and it had Jason David?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
I did see that. Yes,
It-
I did.
But here's the part though.
Uh-huh.
Then it was gonna be he was gonna be what Ryan Steele was
Uh-huh.
of Cybertron. And that's when I lost it because I'm
Wow.
a Transformers fan and
Yeah.
it combined all those things together.
Yeah.
We was
Yeah.
talking about this exactly last night, and I was like,
Yeah.
"What?
No.
I mean, look at it like this. I mean, I know we had, Big Bad Beetleborgs, but the thing I was trying to make the point of, like, shout out to Blake Foster, of course. He was the first child ranger.
Mm-hmm.
And around that era, that was the first time where they were like, wow, kids could be Power Rangers.
Turbo, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then that is when they decided to do a Big Bad Beetleborgs and do 3 kids to see what that did. Because the kids wanted to feel like, they already knew it was teenagers, but the funny thing about it being teenagers is that demographic wasn't into that. It was really people who were aging from maybe 6 to 12 watching Mighty Morphin and all that at that time.
Yeah.
So when it looked like kids could be heroes too, that was a particular marketing brand that, that Saban and everything went haywire over. So that's where that came into. And then it's the same era of Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad when they had the teenager aspect.
Yes.
And,
yeah. Gridman. But go ahead. No.
But yeah, it was just the elements of when these shows were coming out. They were seeing Nickelodeon was doing well with bringing kids into shows and stuff like that. So Fox is like, and we got to beat them. You know what I mean? And then they had the Fox Kids with the X-Men and Life with Louie and Eek the Cat. You know what I'm saying? Shouts to the Thunder Lizards, Mr. T in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow.
Terrible Thunder Lizard.
But I do agree. VR Troopers was mountains ahead of.
That was a dope show.
Even though that dude did look like Randy Jackson from American Idol, though. The Oracle dude.
Yeah.
And then they had Jeb the dog that did absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
What was he chewing on?
Theme song.
Huh?
What was he chewing on?
No idea.
Nobody knows what he was
I
chewing
have
on.
no idea.
Kept giving him beef
100%.
jerky.
Right.
Takeem has suggested a poll: better PR knockoff Cyber Squad versus Knights of Tirnanog.
Yes.
Oh man.
Remember the I think it was the Dark Water. Remember that cartoon? It was
Dark Water?
Yeah.
The one that they never finished.
Yes.
Like literally, no. People are still screaming to get that final episode. Like we should do some kind of Kickstarter for them to get all the animators to come back and literally just animate what is the end of that show.
If that's the case, they're probably gonna do the same thing with Gargoyles then.
They never finished Gargoyles?
Honestly, no. Well, technically, no.
No.
Technically, no. Even though they kind of did, they left it very open ended. But technically, no.
They
Like
should
where
bring
they
it back.
ended
Buy that
Gargoyles
for
at
$1.
was they literally, the public knew that the Gargoyles existed. That's literally where the show ended.
Yeah.
Right after that.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got to get to the Power is Yours. But before we do that, I'll be derelict in my duty if I didn't go ahead and give the Patreon roll in. So be right back. Got to handle some business.
The entire Culture Junkies crew would like to thank you for tuning into our programming. We hope you are enjoying our content as much as we enjoy making it. One thing that helps us continue bringing you our unique content is viewer support. By visiting the Culture Junkies Patreon page, you will have the opportunity to select the support level that works best for you. Not only will your support help keep the Culture Junkie Nation growing, but you will make yourself eligible to receive patron-exclusive swag. Please take a moment to consider supporting us and join the ranks of the supporters you see listed on the screen. We would like to also give a special shout out to our Culture Junkies level and above patrons, DeMarcus Smith, Fab Nerd Life, Nanette Net, and the other Steve. Remember, for as little as $1 a month, you can support a Culture Junkie. Thank you.
Okay, the power is yours, people. Oh, it didn't work? No. Oh. Give it a second. Give it a second. We'll flip the switch. Because if we're gonna do it, we gotta do it right. Oh, it did it on its own. It just did.
We didn't get it.
We just didn't get the sound. We just didn't get the thing. But whatever it is, power is yours. So let's talk about what you guys want to talk about. Usually, Amora is always with the trigger figure. He's always ready.
He was.
He was ready. I thought he was
when
ready.
we started the show.
When we started the show, he
first.
was a little premature. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't say that. That almost came out wrong. But normally he's there right away with talking about having a question for us. So what's the chat want to talk about? Literally, it could be anything under the sun. It could be sports related. It could be movies, games related. Doesn't matter.
I want to get you started. Something. I want to ask a question.
You want to, and obviously,
I think
you can ask it for our
Minority
guests.
Games has something.
Oh, did he? I'd have to scroll.
Walk in a room, and you were able to have theme music. What theme music do you want playing in the background?
Oh, that's a good one, actually. That is a good one.
Ooh.
What's your
hard.
walk-in theme music? That's tough, man.
The Grid from the Tron Legacy
I'd buy
movie.
that for $1.
Okay. I like that. No, I like that.
That was a good song.
I like that.
I'm going to still go with my favorite one.
What's
Terminator 2 soundtrack.
You like a one-trick pony.
Trying to tell you, look.
You like
Very
one-trick
simple.
pony. Okay. All right, you go with that one. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Takeem, you missed that. We talked about that.
Talk about what?
Angela Bassett want to go to Google.
Oh yeah. No, we 100% did. So Shinakuma says he will walk in with the Imperial March.
Okay.
Which, like I said, that's
Star
GQ,
Wars,
so
okay.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yo, that's actually hot.
Yeah, the Imperial March would be pretty cool. Superman would be too. Superman theme would be the Superman March would be too bombastic.
The Pretender. That song is awesome.
Milwaukee is the Pretender for Foo Fighters. Okay.
Okay.
Marcus 664 said, "Wait, give Kishiro and his Lions their flowers for eliminating the Packers." Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yep,
they still didn't.
the Lions ate the cheese. Yep.
Yeah, no,
they just didn't
They
cross that
about to
line.
be some dogs.
I got a funny story
next
about
year.
that later
Hope so.
on.
They no, you can tell it.
Did
now.
you see that one guy that's like our halfback that's an anime fan?
Yeah.
It's a
Swakaze. It was like
he called himself the
Jamal was-
Kazakage.
no, he said Swakaze.
Swakaze?
Yeah.
Yep.
Swag Kaz.
No, the Swag Kazakaze.
Yeah.
Kazakage of from the hidden village of the D. That's
Yep.
what he said.
It
Yeah.
is
literally what he
amazing.
said. That shit was-
I'm so
That
amped
boy
about
put-
stuff
that
like
boy
that.
put Naruto on black, but he always been like that.
Yeah.
Like he wears his forehead protector everywhere. Everywhere.
Hey, that's sweet.
In every interview he does, he's got his forehead protector on.
That's sweet.
Always.
And
My man
bad-
represents the culture like hard.
Would it be
but-
bad form
What?
for him to say, like, he's on the Lions now? What team was he on prior to that? Get that team. And
Green
have
Bay.
that- yeah, and get like the
Oh,
Green Bay
that would've
Packers
been
and have
dope,
that on there.
actually.
Would
That
that
would've
be
been
bad
dope.
form?
Yeah, no, that would have been dope. No, I would have loved that.
Yeah, I know, but
if he had been wearing a Green Bay symbol as his forehead
If that man
and
went
scratch that shit out,
if that man
Yo.
gets 30 Naruto headbands of all the football teams and he beats them and what he does is he wear
that,
the bro.
that would be dope. I
that
love that.
would
Yo,
be
that would be
incredible.
dope.
Y'all gave him an
We need to
idea,
get
I
him
swear.
here.
Yeah, no, that would be dope.
We need to get him on.
That'd
Yeah,
be
no,
incredible.
that would be pretty. That'd be pretty cool. Wait a minute. Gokai Red says we need a hero. From
Oh, Ron
Wasserman.
Wasserman, though,
Yeah.
that man is my
Or
hero.
Superbad from James Brown.
Okay,
that man is my hero. I personally love Fight a little bit more than We Need a Hero from Ron Wasserman's album
Mhm.
because I got a chance to actually have conversations with the guy. So
Yeah.
I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that
That's
the song
awesome.
that they put in?
Marcus 864, you ain't about to troll me about your damn Carolina Panthers beating the Lions down like they
And
did
that-
on
and-
Christmas
yeah.
Eve. Shut up, man. I want to hear all that.
There was also
Anyway.
a question about VR Troopers up there.
Let's see if we can find it. Question about VR Troopers. How far back was this?
And only like a comment or two.
Only a comment or two, really.
Yeah, it's right there. Right there. You're on it. You're
Alright.
Fallen Marvel.
Oh, Fallen Marvel's.
Oh, who had
question.
the better finish of your Trooper Lance? Laser Lance. Oh, yeah, what did they get?
Who's better, VR Troopers, or Laser Lance Command, or Lightning Hand?
You know what? That's hard, man, because
Yep.
see, what's weird about that is like Ryan Steele always gets this weird, awkward setup to do this crazy hand
Yeah.
chop attack part.
Yeah.
But JB had so much swag when he would
JB
do the
was straight up
lazy,
swag,
when he
bro.
would do the Lance part, and he had a better pose to me at the end. And I think it's because of a Ranger thing.
Something
but
about Ryan, he seemed like he had a stick up his ass or something, man. But JB was always smooth, man.
and then the last one is Kate, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to make sure I didn't want to Sakura Kate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
So wait, does everybody have that feeling about Sakura? Or is it just me?
look, man, for the record, as a person that could be shockingly maybe like one of the 12 that might be a 10-10 fan,
Yeah.
Sakura has her place or wherever she needs to do. However, she has triggered so many things in that anime.
useless, dog. I'm telling you.
Not just the useless part. I think
This
she
is
triggered
useless.
the one episode where she was begging Naruto not to do whatever.
I really hated her then.
And then she started acting like, oh, yeah.
I was done. I was done.
I think that's when people were
no,
like,
I was
man,
done.
fuck
When she
Sakura.
did that shit,
Yeah.
when she did that shit, I was done.
Did that, kiss the dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
And literally, dude, I don't even know what it got to the point where you didn't even know what Naruto's motive was anymore. Like at first it was being Hokage and trying to be better than Sasuke, like that kind of stuff. Then it turned into I'm gonna go gather and go get my friend that was never my friend in the first place.
For real.
We just have two of the worst stories in the anime. That's That's the funny thing about Naruto and that whole 9 of them or whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody had a sad sob story.
They did.
And then the ones that didn't progress. You had to have the worst story to bring to an AA meeting, aka the tuning exams,
Look,
and then do it. Like
I ain't gonna front and act like Sasuke didn't have a really fucked up origin story.
He did.
I'm not gonna say he didn't, because he did. 100% he did. But for Naruto to be like, oh, I'm not gonna abandon him just because this bitch, desperately wants me to bring him back. No, I would have been like, fuck him. First of all, he left.
Yeah.
He left.
On his own.
I'm
He
not
left
going
on
to
his
get
own.
him.
Why
Fuck
would I go
him.
get them? Because he doesn't want to be part of this village.
Exactly.
If you're supposed to be
No,
part
fuck
of this
him.
village.
then it turns into a weird anti-hero thing. It's like, I'm banned, but I'll be here if you need me.
Yeah.
I'm here.
That shit was weird. That shit is weird.
And then it come in Boruto, he turns into Tuxedo Mask, and they'd be what's going on, dog?
Oh man,
I couldn't keep
nah,
Boruto
dog,
going.
that's funny.
I like
No,
Tuxedo Man.
that's funny, dog. No, that's funny.
Agreed. Killer B is the only one that had it together.
Yeah, Killer B's the only one that had his shit
Killer B
together.
didn't have
100%.
he didn't have no bad blood. He didn't have
Right.
no motives. He just wanted to write in his notepad whatever rhymes he had, and just chill out.
Yeah.
But nope, they're like, you're the 8 tails, so you gotta get up out of there.
The top powerful one. Almost.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Minority Game says Naruto probably had a side baby though. Cheating on
Facts.
Hinata, I don't know, man.
Nah, I don't.
Takeem says, I will never forgive Shippuden for fridging Neji. Bro,
Yes.
that shit hurt my soul.
Jeez.
When
No,
they
but
killed Neji, that shit hurt my soul.
that was crazy.
Yeah.
And then the fact they killed like a whole bunch of other people, like Ino's dad and
Yeah.
and all that stuff. Like the reanimation jutsu was cool for what exactly it was.
Yeah.
But then it got to the point where it was like, bro, is these last words that you never said? And then people just stay alive and be like, you know what? I'm done fighting. I got like 4 sentences left in my life. I'm going to say this to you. And then I'm just going to snap away. I'm like, all right, bro.
Yeah.
All right. I'm like, all right.
Yeah. Let's see. Marcus A64 says, to Gokai Red says, exactly at Marcus A64, exactly that's why. That's my statement. I haven't seen anything like that since. Yeah.
I think you should do tuning exams.
Wolverine has a question though.
Yeah, what is it?
Just
He
over
said,
it.
who would win, Akuma or Baki's dad or Yujiro Hanma?
I think we asked this before, but maybe he's asking them. So, are you up on Baki and I mean, I know everybody's up on Akuma, but are you up on Baki?
Baki Hama?
A little
Hama
bit.
Baki, yeah.
And I like Keegan Ashura too.
Yeah.
Keegan
okay.
Ashura I thought was really
I'm still waiting for season 3 for that.
Okay.
That was like one of the first fighting animes that decided to put like Korean trap
Oh really?
Yeah.
in their intro. I mean, like not their intro, their credits. And I'm like, man, this beat got an 808 in there. What's going on?
You were listening to it. I was just like, next episode.
Right. But so Yujiro Hama is maybe for someone that is literally quote unquote not super powered, the strongest fighter you would ever seen. This dude is literally a demon. Like when he flexes his back, his muscles form like a Oni mask.
A demon's face.
A demon's face
It's
with just
nuts.
his
It's-
muscles. Shit is crazy.
Baki is something else.
I love Baki though, man. Baki is so good.
And he
I
is
can't wait for
so
the new
awkward looking too.
season. I know, right? I know,
Yeah.
weird, right?
It's like his face is like at a 40-degree angle.
Yeah.
He started looking at you like, you want to fight?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, Gokai Red says there's only one person I hate in manga / anime, and that's Rachel from Tower of God. 100.
He claimed a poll. Where is his
100.
poll?
That bitch can.
Agreed.
That bitch can. No, I want to kill her. I want dog. She is the worst. Takeem says, "Where's my poll?" I'm sorry, bro. You are a mod, so you could have technically made the poll yourself.
Yeah,
I'd buy that for $1.
There is that. So you do have mod powers. So if you don't know how to use them, we need to get you into the fold so you can use those. All right, how many more questions we got before I activate the extra life and do the countdown? Any final questions? Minority Game says except Baki recently lost his V card, so he got stronger. Is that
shit
true
was
in
hilarious.
real life?
Yeah.
With his
dad just
his dad being there, bro.
His dad just showed up like, oh, he's
literally just showed up. That shit was wild.
He's about to get some. I'm gonna.
You don't like me because you're a racist.
That shit was wild. That shit was wild. Not gonna front. He says I'm on iPhone. I'm sorry, man. Hey, even if you're on iPhone, I think you still have the mod tools. You should still have the mod tools. Gokai Red says, I don't touch Baki. When I saw the original, that Nerve guy messed me up.
Oh.
Now my dad and sister are blowing my phone up about anime to watch.
Yeah. That was kind of messed up when my man was plucking those nerves in the
original
original
that
OAV.
shit was kind of messed up.
Because it was a lot
man.
more. He was in
Cut
there.
cord.
Yeah, he was cutting the
I
cord
got
like,
you, man.
bink.
Yeah, that shit was kind
It
of.
seemed very painful.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did they animate the pickle arc yet?
Not yet.
No.
Because that's coming. That's gonna be wild.
Yeah.
That was that pickle versus what's his name, son?
I didn't read the manga.
I read the manga. It's been
read
forever since I.
There's one show I wish that they animate more. And of course, that'd be History. My disciple Kenichi.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
I am a fan.
Yes.
Of that.
So
that
they did
really
the OVAs, but I think they finished the series in the OVAs.
No, they finished it in the manga.
They didn't finish it animated.
I thought the OVAs was the end of the manga when it was over. Did you see the latest OVAs when he fought
I'm gonna be honest. I'm having difficulty finding where those are.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, but I did buy the Blu-rays of the Kenichi season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
It was crazy about it. It's so expensive, and I don't understand why. It's worse.
He's angry about that.
It's worse. It's worse than Ronin Warriors, that version before they changed it to Samurai Troopers.
Oh, not Ronin.
They like the Bandai version. They want like $500 for that DVD.
Why?
Is that because it's out of print?
Why?
Is it because it's out of print?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Because that was when Toonami had it. Funimation. Yeah.
That's how they get you when the stuff is out of print. All right. If there's no other questions, I'm going to go ahead and activate the extra life.
Kenichi's on Amazon, but I don't know if it's the OVAs.
I gotta see where the OVAs are. That's probably my next step. I'm just been grabbing seasons. I mean, like random seasons you wouldn't think of. Like I just grabbed the whole thing of Garfield and Friends.
Nice.
I got the Beast Wars set up. You know what I mean? I'm doing that. Just grabbing.
Beast Wars must mean you're looking forward to that new movie then. Eh?
I am, but I am in the same boat of how you feel about Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, you keep it down.
I'm scared.
When you walk out of the movie, you're like, yes, but right now,
I'm scared.
Yeah.
Pete Davidson's in that movie.
I did not know that.
Yeah. As a voice actor, I am very scared. However, they do have the original voice actors for Optimus Primal and Megatron. They're both in there.
Nice.
So they didn't do what they did to my man's in Mario.
That would have been kind of weird.
Okay,
Charles,
so we're saying I am of the opinion that having Chris Pratt be Mario doesn't bother me that much, and the only reason I say that is because I think that hearing his voice for 2 hours, it's a me, Mario. I felt like that would have been way too much.
Thank you.
For 2 hours. That would have been too much. And I know some people don't respect that. I totally understand. I just think it would have been too much. Now, did they have to have Chris Pratt? No. But you know why they got Chris Pratt.
Well, here's the thing. I have no problem with, now, I am not the one that's caught in the box as in, I'm not going to watch this because it's not what I grew up with. I understand having the open box of understanding that there will always be new people to do different things and you have to bring those ideas where it came from, right? Because if that's the case, for Sonic, we would have had Jaleel White. You know what I mean? Or somebody different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That would have. That's how we felt originally because that's what we grew up with. But it's one of those things where we can't necessarily go tit for tat. But the thing is, I don't understand why that was the choice. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying
Why he was the choice?
Why he was the choice? Yes. I mean,
Who
I
would
know.
you have chosen? Who would you have chosen? Anybody but him? Because you know that a lot of times they make these castings off of business decisions on who's going to attract audiences. The counter argument would be the counter argument, and it's a solid one, is that why would you need Chris Pratt to sell Mario when Mario can sell Mario? Mario's been a part of people's lives for
30 years,
3 generations,
right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. You don't need Chris Pratt to sell the Super Mario Brothers movie, especially if it's going to be animated like it has. You could have put anybody's voice in that, and it would have been fine. Yeah. Like, I'm not seeing this because of Chris Pratt. I'm seeing it because it looks really good, right?
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it because of him. I don't care that Anya Taylor-Joy is Princess Peach. I don't care. Like, really, I don't care about that. I'm seeing it because it looks good. That's
I'd buy
the only
that
reason why I'm
for
seeing
$1.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only reason why I'm seeing
somebody said something about Extra Life. I don't want to.
Oh yeah, no. I'm trying to turn it on for whatever reason. It's not the 1-up button isn't working. I think Adobe Girl's trying to find it on her side.
Do I need to give you some lives? I got a glove.
You got a power glove. You can just
Look, he has a power glove.
I could probably give him some lives, huh?
So GQ says Pratt brings a lot of audiences with him, and the Mario name in movies is still tainted. I mean, I don't know if anybody is saying they remember or even want to acknowledge the Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo live action movie.
Yeah.
You know?
See, the thing is, what's crazy about that is
that movie is not allowed to be talked about.
Those are the movies that
agreed.
We were just happy it came out because we were excited at that time.
Yeah. We got
like from that to Street Fighter to Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat 2, Double Dragon the movie. We were just, you know what I'm saying? We were just excited because we saw things came in. I don't know, the 90s, we were just excited about it in general. We knew that if we didn't see it in the theater, we went to Blockbuster or something and came to rent it, went and got a Crystal Pepsi and maybe some pizza and then watched it and enjoyed it for what it was. Mm-hmm. You know, nowadays, there's so many ways for you to project your opinion for it to be seen that certain movies will be herd instinct value, as in, they won't like this because 20 people said that they didn't, but you didn't know who those 20 people were when it came out. You get what I'm saying?
And you took their
and you just took their word for it. Yeah.
Nah, not me. I actually like when people say, I don't like this, because I would be like, oh, let me go see it.
Right.
That's basically I am. I always check everything out by myself. Because, like, growing up in the 90s, I was at Blockbuster all the time. What? And I didn't care about anybody's opinion. I said, I'm going to get that, I'm going to get that, I'm going to get that.
Yep.
I'm going to watch it. And people say they don't like stuff the way I am now.
That son of a bitch Bison's ass so
I'm sorry, GQ. I'm not well versed on the soundboard, so
yeah,
I've been kind of lax on the soundboards. So and I know we're talking about Street Fighter the movie there for a second, but let's see. So Takeem says, "Are Sonic the Hedgehog the best game movies today?" So
for now,
for most people say yes, but we know that Last of Us, the series, is getting ready to come on, and early reviews say that's the best video game anything we've ever got.
And it's good because they're going to follow the game. They said they're not doing anything outside of the game.
For which? For Sonic?
No.
For Last of Us. Yeah.
So they're going to be
HBO
following
Max,
the freaking game.
You knew the Last of Us TV series was coming out, right?
No, I knew that.
Okay.
I just had to get in the frame because they were talking about Sonic and everything.
Oh yeah. No. In the saying that is it the best video game movies that we've had, and you could say that for now they have been. Will Super Mario Brothers unseat that?
You're gonna have to wait and see.
I mean, we'll have to see. You don't think so, but why? Why don't you think so?
The kids and it's not me being biased about the voice actor.
Okay.
See, the thing is, what I'm seeing is that whether if it was marketing or not, I thought it was very ingenious for them to release another Sonic that people hated so much. I mean, so much that they were like, no, that's not how our character should look. we're not messing with it. And then Capcom and all that were like, you know what? They have spoken. Change the CGI to what we know.
Yep.
And because of that, it's what home people in the theaters and where it needed to be. So now my question is, if Mario is going to do that same move, wait, hold on. If Mario is going to do that same move and put the real voice actor of Mario in it, even though he does have a cameo in it for what I hear, and literally just bamboozle everybody at the theaters, that'd be crazy. You know what I mean?
Not pushing Chris Pratt out for Charles Martinet.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, bad Sonic though.
Sonic was awesome. Chippendales. Sonic was awesome, bro.
Talking about ugly Sonic and Chippendale Rescue. What you call
it? Yeah, Sonic was awesome, bro.
He got his freaking comeuppance in that too. Ugly Sonic or whatever the heck they called him. That Chippendale Rescue Rangers movie though, I thought was really good.
I did like it.
Keem says the new Super Mario movie is gonna be Wreck-It Ralph with no arcades or internet.
In one video game. I mean, they're gonna be all Mario video games.
It's just gonna be things broken.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can find this extra life bar.
Jack Black is Bowser.
Yeah, Jack Black is Bowser. I think that's definitely gonna fit.
Yeah,
I think Keegan-Michael Key is Toad, which, but like Mario never really talked. He only had the quips here and there.
Somebody, RDC One World made the joke about that in Video Game House.
Yeah.
And they said, you're sitting here like you're coming out with the movie, so what are you gonna be like? Yahoo! That's a goal. And then that was the debate. I was like, you know what? There hasn't been a lot of Mario dialogue at all.
Yeah, not from the games. I mean, if you go back to Captain Lou Albano.
So technically, you could paint that whatever you need to.
Yeah.
If or either that or just play a soundboard of.
Somebody actually did that.
Please don't do that.
Right.
Yeah. Not that part.
But like if Captain Lou Albano back from like the old Super Mario Brothers cartoon, that's the only other time you heard a speaking Mario.
Yeah.
So like, in my honest opinion, I mean, a lot of people not out there are Chris Pratt fans for whatever reason. I guess it's still dealing with the Infinity War with him punching Thanos. Maybe I don't know.
Oh yeah, people are really invested.
You can't take
in
that out on a friggin' actor. I mean, they wrote that he was supposed to do that.
Right.
But
all right, so the live bar is active. You guys get your extra 15 minutes, and it'll tick down. Sorry about that. Still working out the kinks, I guess, of our brand new overlay that we're.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the Super Mario World cartoons and stuff in the Super Show was definitely our talking Mario, but it was just funny how that was mentioned. I was like, you know what? If we did go from game franchise, bro, he did just have phrases.
Yeah, that was it. That's it. And it was not until like Mario 64 at that.
How many times you think you're going to hear these phrases in this movie?
Let's go. You're going to hear some of them.
Oh, you're going to hear them.
And I'm pretty sure the cameo that you say might be some of those quips because they might just put those in there because if they just give Charles Martinet, I think that's his name, some other voice.
He's a cool dude too. I got a chance to
right?
I got a chance to meet him this past May.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, him and I think it's Bill Farmer, voice of Mickey and all those.
Oh wow!
And so wait, I met Steve Dowles.
That's the new voice of Mickey, right?
Yeah,
because the old voice is already passed away.
Right,
I think. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, Martinet, thank you, Martinet,
not
Charles
Martinet. Yeah,
Martinet. So I was.
He's thinking of Marionette
not
sauce.
that far off.
Right.
Of course, Usain Bolt was a Naruto fan. You see how he be running super fast? He has arms behind him. He ready to go.
Dog. Usain Bolt, yes, 100%. Now, so Keem says we're going to get a Captain N reboot soon. Mark my words.
Oh, man.
I don't know, man.
Now.
I don't know, man.
Now.
Like, what?
It's funny
what's funny?
that you touched that.
What?
I can't say anything yet, but I will say something in the summer. Might be happening. It's kind of similar to that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
All right.
Dun.
Oh, so he dropping knowledge on here. So you guys heard it here first, but you kind of didn't hear it first. So because you didn't really say anything, he's just alluding to something. What's the Minority Gang? Wow, really?
Captain Nintendo.
Really? Minority Gangs? Really? Really?
That's funny.
What's the N stand for? Wow, this guy.
He put his Rastafarian hat on right now.
I'm surprised that somebody hasn't done it.
They put the switch on his belt.
They don't have switch belt buckles. I guess the big belt buckle fad kind of like died because before the Switch came out, where people.
I mean, but
pop a Switch
I
right on
mean,
your
honestly,
elbow.
I can totally see them putting in the old Nintendo, pad on there. Yeah. But would that be enough buttons in today's day and age? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, there's a lot of buttons on here.
Yeah, I ain't gonna front. That pad was
a better
dope.
Power Rangers knockoff show? Who put that up there?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember.
Poll ended. Oh, somebody did poll.
Yeah,
there we
somebody
go.
did poll.
Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad or Knights of Tirnanog.
I got to go Superhuman.
Yeah, man.
That's what won. Yeah. 51%.
But I wouldn't
even though it had that guy from Boy Meets World in it as Servo, and then that one guy that did this tiger growl in the intro. You're like, who is this guy? The drummer. He's like, sound
like
effects.
I only cared about that show when the Gridman sequences came on.
Yep.
I cared nothing for any of that other teenage crap. Like, I didn't
here's
pay any
the
attention
thing.
to it.
We all saw Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad because it was right before Power Rangers in the morning.
Yep.
So I would be up at 6 in the morning as a kid getting ready for school watching both of those.
Eating the cereal, getting ready,
Thank you.
What was the cereal choice? Because sometimes we do a cereal roundtable where we catch up with the cereals that they come out with today. What was your cereal of choice, would you say? This is a big thing. Super Nerd Plus used to love that.
Well, personally, I mean, I loved Corn Pops.
Oh, man. Okay.
I was one of those. But the thing is, there was like two types of things for cereal.
Sure.
So you would have either the Frosted Flakes or something in the bowl, right? Corn Pops and Cinnamon Toast Crunch in the hand.
Oh, wow.
Like
100.
Where you grabbing,
Oh,
100.
Dog, who thought of that? Like,
yo, you telling me?
Yo.
So the best types of cereal to eat by hand, like with no milk, Corn Pops and Frosted Flakes. 100%.
And Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Or, I was going to say Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Fruit Loops.
Yep.
Or Fruit Loops. Those are the best ones to eat just by hand.
Never in my life I would have actually thought of saying, and switching the two and saying like, yeah, this better in the hand and this better.
It's the truth though, because the reason why is because Corn Pops.
It's kind of
it makes sense, right? Because it's like because Corn Pops. They always get soggy real fast unless you like shoveling them bitches.
Absolutely.
They get soggy.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Right?
Yeah.
But if you eat them by hand, that's one of the best snacks ever.
But I agree with what Preem says because Cookie Crisp was straight up cookies. So
almost like Cocoa Puffs at that point.
Yeah, I get that.
And Honey Smacks also, I thought.
And the other Steve says,
if that's the case, we got to talk about Golden Crisp if we're gonna go there.
I'm sorry, I had to hit you with the favorite cereal though.
No, go ahead.
King Vitamin.
That's that Wick shit. we was on that shit. Yeah, from the hood. Everybody knows, dog. King Vitamin was like one of the only cereals you could get on Wick because damn sure you want to go ask your mom to get no damn Cheerios. And it was always regular Cheerios.
Look, he did.
It was regular Cheerios. See, if I would get regular Cheerios, right, I would have to put sugar in it.
You dump the sugar on
have
it.
to put sugar in it.
Tons of fucking sugar at the bottom of the bowl.
Yes, and you scoop that bitch out with your Cheerios and eat it along with it, right?
I used to have the Kellogg Corn Flakes, and then I would put a tablespoon of sugar over it.
I couldn't do the Corn Flakes.
You guys are killing my diabetic heart right
I'm sorry, no. I'm serious. I'm serious. Because if you put cornflakes, as soon as cornflakes touch the milk, they evaporate.
Yes.
They evaporate. So I couldn't do cornflakes ever.
King Vitamin
cut your gums.
That's kind of like
what King Vitamin here?
It's probably.
I sure did not have the Mario cereal. See, that's one thing I will say I didn't have.
Oh,
I did.
Arcade cereals back in the day.
Yeah. Used to have
I honestly
dual.
that was the era I missed. Unfortunately,
you missed that.
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
You didn't miss the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cereal. That was one of the worst cereals I've ever had in my.
Yeah.
It was Chex with marshmallows.
Yeah.
See, I never had that.
Yeah.
But can I say this?
You can make it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Get some Marbits. Get some Chex.
Yeah.
Put
go
it
ahead.
together.
No.
I think the worst cereal I had on accident was Kix.
Oh boy.
Oh, accident.
You didn't like Kix?
Dog, I thought Kix was gonna be good.
Yeah.
Because
I
wanna know
thought it
why?
was gonna be
Because
good,
it
too.
reminded me of Trix. I was like, I
Yeah.
thought this was just gonna be sugar Trix, right?
Nah.
Dog. Nah, man.
It was crazy is that if you look at the commercial, you had to figure out how to convince the kid to enjoy the kicks, and he couldn't even act on
scamming.
part to do it. He was like,
Okay.
they taste all right.
Gokai Red might be having some troubles because he says Raisin Bran Crunch add a little sugar and it's amazing. Raisin Bran Crunch needs no sugar.
They get rid
It
of
needs
those
no
raisins,
sugar.
though.
It's already sweet. It's already sweet.
Get rid of the raisins. Put some craisins in there that I
What?
eat.
You don't like
Right.
raisins?
No,
I
no.
like craisins more than
Put
raisins.
they actually
Don't like
made
raisins.
they made a cranberry raisin version.
Oh, they did?
Yes, they did. That
That's
shit
where
is
I be
good.
at.
That shit is good. Yes. But no, you don't need to put no sugar in Raisin Bran Crunch. That shit is
Great
sugar already.
nuts. He's not
Dog,
lying.
you
I
crazy,
had some
bro.
grape nuts today.
You crazy,
With
bro.
the
Wait a minute.
raisins.
Grape nuts.
You eat grape nuts?
Yeah.
You eat grape nuts on purpose?
Hold on. I'm scared to even answer this. 'Cause he gonna give me.
You eat grape nuts on purpose? Like, what's the problem here?
No. It was literally the fruit.
Okay.
But
might
let me say
take-
this. Have anybody ever ate the Ninja Turtle pies, and should they bring that back?
Oh, I remember the Ninja Turtle pies.
I don't
man.
remember
I
the
was-
Ninja Turtle pies.
It was-
Were
Because
they
they-
Hostess pies?
Yeah, they were Hostess
Hostess
pies.
pies with green.
I was not a big fan of Hostess pies, period. Like almost
What?
all. No, dude.
What?
When look, okay, when I was growing up, first off, dad vegetarian, mom never gave you money to go to corner store. And I literally lived 5 houses from a corner store. Never got money to go there. So whenever I did, I would get that sweet stuff, and it would just for whatever reason would just not vibe with me. Like the pudding, it was like because I remember they had the one with the chocolate pudding there, they had the lemon,
Yeah.
they had the apple,
Yeah.
they had it
Yeah.
just was too
Yeah.
fucking sweet.
But the Ninja Turtles had like banana pudding in it.
it was,
wasn't it?
but it was green.
It was green.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was food
The
coloring.
outside was
yeah.
colored
It was
as
food
it-
coloring. Yeah.
But yeah, I
Take
mean,
the green off.
it
I
was
think it's
just
good.
too sweet for me. But I did like the honey buns. Honey buns
Your
was
body
my
wasn't
shit.
used to it. That's what it was.
I guess
So,
so.
That's
yeah.
what it was.
Even to this day, like occasionally I'll have a craving for something sweet,
Uh-huh.
and then I'll be done for months.
Yeah, see?
Just be months.
Yep.
Like I'm like, oh, I'm good.
Other Steve says they need to bring turtle pies back. I
Yes.
don't know about that.
If they bring
I
it
don't know
back,
about that.
I
Take the
would
green off,
definitely-
I don't know
and then
about
we
that. No.
Take the green
Nah,
off.
Nah, they
I don't
probably
know about
still
that.
make it
No,
green.
we straight.
What was the flavor
straight.
of that?
It was banana pudding.
banana
That's what I
It was
thought.
banana
I
pudding.
thought
Yeah,
it
no,
was.
I'm straight. I'm straight.
It was good.
The only
was good.
the only fruit pies of Hostess I fuck with is cherry and lemon. Cherry, lemon, and apple.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cherry, lemon, and apple.
I don't like
In
Apples
this
in there.
in this order, cherry,
Mhm.
lemon,
Uh-huh.
then apple. Like literally, that's the order.
Do they still make those?
I don't.
pies?
Yes,
they
yes,
do.
they
They
do.
make
Yeah,
those.
they,
They make
yes, they
those.
do. The chocolate pudding pie. Nah, I'm
Hold on,
good
hold
on
on,
that.
hold on.
No.
That's out now because I never ate that.
What chocolate pudding pie?
Chocolate pudding pie?
Yeah, they will have it.
It's
Yeah.
been
try
out
it. Just
for
try
like
it.
forever.
Yeah, no. Yeah, they will have it. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Never ate it.
But no, I'm good.
It
on
was
that.
in Ohio.
Oh, I'm good
Like
on-
when we went out to
Yeah, no, I'm
Columbus
good on that.
at that gas station at the rest stop. Yeah, they had chocolate pies.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. I'm good on that. I'm good on all that.
Them little bootleg pecan pies. That's my thing.
Yeah. Other Steve says I will buy a truckload of Ecto Cooler. if they bring that
Ecto
back.
Cooler was good.
Man.
Mondo was good back then. Like a lot of the stuff. But the thing about the 90s was great is that the portions made sense. You know, now when they bring it back,
Yeah.
it's like, remember the muffin little packs? You know, like you get the little mini muffins.
Yeah, like
And then
little
now-
blueberry muffins.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then now they give you like just 2 or 3 of them
Yeah,
now.
there used to be a
It's going
4-pack
down.
of the little mini muffins. Yeah,
Right. You pay $4 for
Yeah,
that.
man, cheap. They cheap. Well, you know how everything is. They raise the prices. They lower the portions. That's
Yeah.
how it is.
Yeah.
Because somebody's going to ruin it on TikTok.
Yeah, 100%. Preem says apparently you can make it DIY now. What?
Yeah,
What?
the
Ecto Cooler?
Yeah.
For real? You can make it
Yes.
yourself?
What?
There is something out there. They
Mine,
said you
mine,
mix
mine as well go to
something.
TikTok for it.
Yeah,
Right.
Because somebody probably
Right.
did it on TikTok.
My name's James. You want an Ecto Cooler? First, you just pour this all together. And that's how-
That reminds
That's a
me of them
perfect
dudes.
TikTok video.
No,
right
that
there.
reminds me of them dudes that make them wacky ass alcohol concoctions where they literally just be
my
throwing,
man's, yeah.
Yes, he
Tipsy
be throwing-
bartender.
Get tipsy bartender.
Yep.
That
Yep.
motherfucker just be throwing everything in the sun under that bitch.
Why do he seem so hyped up?
But
all
why
the
does he
time?
do it in like toilets and sinks and
Trash
and
cans.
tubs?
Hey, you want to know what's even funnier about it? That man don't take not one sip of any of
I
that.
bet you he don't. I bet you he
It's
don't.
at all. Look.
He was on.
There you go,
he
the
was on
recipe.
Everything.
Oh my God, he did.
Yo, he got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that person to follow me on Instagram. Actually, all of you guys, so I can
Right.
follow you back.
Yeah,
The
what's our
WWF ice cream
What's your
bars are
They
the
brought
truth.
those back.
They
did.
brought those
did.
back.
Yeah, with
But they're
the
not
new
the same.
restaurant.
They're smaller.
What's your Instagram?
Of course,
What's
it's
your
small.
Instagram?
Oh, I'm
What's
sorry.
your
You can
Yeah.
follow me at It's Mark Cooper. Says ITSMARK
Yeah.
COOPER, and you will go far.
Yeah, it's
Superstar.
It's literally It's Mark Cooper everywhere.
Yep.
Everywhere.
Yep.
YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook,
And the ITS stands for It's the Same Mark Cooper. Yeah.
It's the same Mark.
That's sweet.
That's pretty good. No, that's pretty good.
All right, throw mine out there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, go ahead. man.
DJ Fluff 313, and on TikTok it's DJ _ Fluff 313.
Okay.
So that's pretty.
He makes hilarious TikTok videos.
all the time.
Okay.
And
Especially with
it's
his
wearing a
computer
television on his head, and he goes through all these adventures. And sometimes I'm randomly into TikTok because he makes me do them.
head. Yeah, it's very funny.
So,
Yeah.
Very
Culture
funny.
Junkies is going to follow him
Hey.
on TikTok right now.
See, that's
Hold
what's
on.
up.
Yeah.
My favorite Power Ranger series. Jesus.
Go Kiger.
Relax. Relax.
I'm just saying, bro.
It's not, but relax. Okay. Oh, man. It's a tie between the OG and In Space.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Space.
And the reason why it's In Space is because they got a chance to highlight TJ, which was one of the first Black Red Rangers that, that Tommy gave over.
Yep.
And it was just a little bit more, it was a little more clever than usual. Like when they brought the Psycho Rangers out, it was the first time I ever seen in Rangers ever where a Ranger got beat up and he said, "You know what, bro? I can't sleep after this." And that man watched the highlight reel of him getting beat down and said, "You know what? I ain't going out like that."
Yeah.
Went there and changed the whole game and beat his own person just by changing up the styles, bro. I haven't seen a Billy moment like that in a lot of series, dog.
Yeah.
So shout outs to TJ
Yeah.
for that.
TJ was a real one, man.
When I got a chance to meet him this year at UMACon, bro,
Okay.
That's
pretty cool.
Like I lost it.
no,
you
that's
know what I
pretty
mean?
cool, man.
But that's how I feel
pretty
about
cool.
series.
Honestly,
What series was my man from Jessica Jones in? I can't remember.
Oh, you're talking about he was on Lost Galaxy, was he?
Yeah.
Was it Lost Galaxy?
Damon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I think it was Lost Galaxy. Okay.
I have to go back to see how he was on that.
But no, you spoke a little bit, and I think we ran out of time. But before we get out of here, one thing that a lot of people, a lot of members of our audiences are '90s kids. You got to meet, what's his name? Phil Hart from what's his name from Nick Arcade? The host.
Phil Moore.
Phil Moore.
Phil
Phil
Moore.
Moore.
Now
from-
Phil Hartman is from The Simpsons, as
Right.
Troy
Yeah.
McClure.
Yeah, no, I meant
Love Nick.
I meant Phil Moore.
Yeah, he's
I
a
meant-
great guy.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's cool.
Phil Moore is hilarious.
Yeah, is he? Okay.
He
All
should
right,
be
no, that's
hosting
cool.
more game shows.
Yeah, honestly.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
honestly.
Actually, he does produce for The Wheel and another, I think, one of Kevin Hart's game shows.
Oh, really?
He's a producer in the background
Yeah.
doing that now.
Oh,
Need to
nice.
be on camera.
Yeah, he needs to be on Culture Junkies Live. That's what. He
Yeah,
needs to be on.
that'd be nice.
All right, everybody. We're going ahead and get ready to get out of here. I want to first of all thank Mark Cooper and DJ Fluff 313 for coming in the studio with us, hanging out. It's been a blast talking to you guys for about an hour, just about an hour and a half, a little bit under an hour and a half. I'm sorry, Double Girl. I don't have the switch over here. But next week's show is all about, for all you '90s kids, you should be. Next week's show is going to be about '90s TV and movie crushes. We're literally going to do a tier list. And
no.
Please do submit yours if you got some. We're going to do a tier list
I do.
of all the crushes. And now, I'm not going to allow animated ones.
I wouldn't talk about that.
Literally just live action.
That's
You
fine.
got plenty to choose from. You got Nia Long. You got Salma Hayek. You got
Reagan Gomez, Preston.
Reagan Gomez Preston.
Mm.
You got Jennifer Connelly from either Rocketeer or Career
Zaria from the
Opportunities.
Parenthood. Yep.
Yeah, Zari from Parenthood.
Maya Campbell
Yep,
before
Maya-
everything happened.
Honestly, that is a tragedy. By the way, that is a tragedy.
Did you know she was the first World Star video ever?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Damn.
She was the
That's
first
fucked, man. That's fucked.
ever.
That's fucked, man. That's too
Yeah,
bad.
and they had her being super loud and hood eating flaming hot Cheetos. It was over.
Wow. Wow. Talk about just getting exposed. Anyway, make sure you come back next week, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central for that great episode of Culture Junkies Live. And we'll be doing this again. Hopefully, GQ will be rejoining us on the show. And we'll also be joined by Lori Calcaterra, the publisher of, the author of Path of the Pale Rider. She'll be back next week for her first show of 2023. So once again, gentlemen, let them know where they can find you.
Well, best way to find me is It's Mark Cooper, ITSMARKCOOPER, and you'll go far, superstars.
That's nice.
Cool. DJ Fluff 313. Yes, and hold on. You would notice me because you'll see this magic thing on my head. So DJ Fluff 313 on everything.
Bet. All right, guys. We hope you had a great one. We know we did. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you guys next week. For my good friend, the Regatta Kuji and Adobe Girl. Peace out, everybody. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Man, no. A lot of interesting stories. I could swear. Did you tell the story that you said you wanted to tell? Oh, you never got to say about anything about your day job. Like this man by day, like you help teach esports, I think, right? You said?
Yeah, I do esports and gaming. I'm a coach and a high school teacher.
Coach and a high school teacher for teaching esports. Like, dog, man. Like, why? Like, Dido never would have got any work done. He would have literally played hooky in all his other classes just be in that one.
I think they tried to. I met one of his students somewhere, and I was like, "Oh man, yeah, my
that doesn't surprise me at all. That doesn't surprise me at all.
Anything video games, anime, man. That was my
like
shit.
literally after I graduated high